I think we will just have
So, the written testing is on add new cartridge button, adds new cartridge details to the system.
Okay,
The precondition is manufacturer is a cartridge company. User must have admin rights to add new cartridge to the system. Printer model HP 1234 and category list is present in the system.
add new cartridge, but adds new cartridge details, okay?
So the first step is user clicks the laser saver application. Laser saver application successfully opens up and homepage is
Okay.
displayed. Second is user logs in using admin credentials. Here I've given the credential as username H Davidson. Password is admin at @user123. The
Okay.
user successfully logged in as the admin. The user clicks on add new cartridge button to add new cartridge to the system.
Okay, so they need to access the cartridge module, right? They log into the as admin, but you need to get to the
Yes.
cartridge page, so that step is missing, right?
So then cartridge detail page opens up. Click on the drop down and select manufacturer cartridge company. List of manufacturers opens up. Click on clicking the drop down and selection of cartridge company is made and is shown in the manufacturer box. Enter manufacturing number 12345 in the manufacturer number field. Manufacturer number 12345 gets displayed in the field. Enter part number 4567 in the part number field. Part number 4567 is displayed in the part field. Click on the drop down button and choose category toner. Toner gets selected and is displayed in the category field.
Okay.
We choose a color from the drop down. Mono gets selected and is displayed in the color field. Click on the active checkbox. Active checkbox is clickable. Select a printer model from the predefined list of printers. Printer HP 1234 is selected. Enter the weight of the cartridge MT 40, wool 80, percentage of the compliance 10%.
You can just mute it, okay? All right, go ahead.
The values get correctly entered in the weight field. Click on add new image button. Add new image page opens up. Add picture of the associated cartridge and write a description of the cartridge shown in the picture. Image and description get successfully added to the add new image section. Click on save button to save the information to the system. The cartridge detail information gets successfully saved in the system. Access the cartridge list functionality and enter the phrase CART. It should be
Okay.
CART in the search bar and enter filter button. The user should see the record of the cartridge company with manufacturing number 12345 active status to Y in the list. Post condition, a record of the cartridge company is entered into the system.
Okay, so you are verifying by searching that cartridge is created successfully. I think it's fine. Yeah, and looks good to me. I mean, anybody has any question on this one? So she has precondition, post condition as well, I think correctly, as well as the steps. So I think it looks good to me. It's ready for the testing.
You choose.
Yeah.
Tell me which one you want.
Yeah. Maybe I can student as well. It's not saving. Yeah.
So only part missing was that step, right? But other than that, I think everything is good. Okay, on yours.
22. It should change. One thing is not due.
Is it edit button?
You click on this symbol, yep, there you go.
Like one thing is I have two preconditions.
Okay, let's explain what the testing is
The
about.
edit button and the cartridge list. The user should be able to edit the record, which is available in the cartridge list.
You're changing it from inactive to inactive,
Yes.
you're making it inaccessible for people to use it.
So
So for which page this is?
This is for, again, the same module, cartridge,
Yeah.
Same module, just the cartridge edit.
yes. What's the page number that you have?
It's page
90.
90.
Where do you go, page number?
You're already on page.
Just here.
No, here.
Sorry.
Okay,
this one
so
you're clicking on edit button,
edit button and then it's coming here.
right,
And this is what the screen is.
okay.
Precondition 1, user has valid credentials with appropriate access to the admin functionality. Precondition 2, the manufacturer cartridge company with associated manufacturer number with the status active, category, color and dates, and associated image exists in the cartridge details submenu under admin functionality. User with the required credentials navigate the admin functionality and access the submenu cartridge list. User can navigate the submenu cartridge list under admin functionality. User click the edit button in the actions column for the manufacturer cartridge company of the cartridge list. The user navigates the cartridge detail page with the manufacturer name, cartridge company with associated manufacturer ID with the status active, category, color, weight, and associated image.
Okay, so,
So hang on, so
Yeah.
go back, right, so first thing in step 3.
Mhm.
I would put it like it's kind of login and then those steps rather than just starting it. Just navigate, right, so I would put a login, right. I'll just put login on that, that's one like minor thing, but on the step 4, right? When you say it's, I click the edit button, right?
what cartridge you are
What you
picking?
should just say is that user navigates to the cartridge detail page. And shows this data, that's what it is, right? So it's just a language certainty, right, when you say it's with manufacturer name and that, Right.
It's actually in the cartridge list, the button edit show in the cartridge list, and then when she clicks on it.
It's not
now
clear
it
though.
needs-
right? When I read that, it's not clear, at least that, right? So when you look at the first one, right? So the way I would do it is expected results when I look into the cartridge list, that I see that into the list. And then I'm clicking as the next step in the edit button.
Now, which cartridge are you picking?
Cartridge company, manufacturer cartridge company. Only
Manufacturer.
the company is displayed in the cartridge list.
So if I go to the screen here, right? So cartridge company you are picking, this is your test data,
Yes.
and you already said precondition, this exists, okay?
Right.
So I'm going to click the edit button associated with that manufacturer.
Yep.
Cartridge company.
Okay,
Right, so what I would do is first go back to that page for
Yeah.
just a moment. Right, it is, the first thing as soon as you log in the expected results, you just say that in the list, it shows it, right? So when you look at it here, right? When you are going to here, the list is showed with that particular data that you're looking at to manufacturing company. And this step is should be is click the edit button next to that, right? So you made it jump from here to here. But in the expected results, if the user does not see that, they're never going to reach to here.
You just have to like an extent of.
Right.
To say that there's an edit.
Precisely. So what you do it is you say is in the manufacturing list that is displayed in the cartridge with the manufacturing. The cartridge company is present and visible.
Okay.
Once you do that, now I set the stage, because at this point. They need to know whether do I see it, if I don't see it, I'm not gonna come to the steps. Right, so update your expected results there, then you can say it's click the next button next to. That particular thing, it is gonna show you take you to the cartridge detail page. And following information is displayed, that's what you wanna show.
So
Right.
I have to change the expected
The-
result.
Right, expected result and just change a little bit of wording so it's clear here what they're expecting to see it. Okay, then let's go to that,
Deselect the check mark in the
okay, elected checkbox.
user changes the status of the manufacturer cartridge company to the active to inactive and a check mark disappears.
Okay, so I would collapse this two into this one step. Because there is no action here.
Yeah.
You did enter some data, but you didn't create any action, right? So I would say uncheck the active box and click save button, right? And then here it should just say is that it becomes inactive. Okay. Then what happens there? It takes you back to the cartridge
When you
list page.
save it, it takes back to the cartridge list page.
All right. Now, are you gonna be able to see it? What are you gonna see it in that cartridge page? When it takes me back to that page, what should I see?
Record of the manufacturer with the active status no.
So she has it in the step 7. She is filtering out again
Okay.
and searching for that cartridge company
Yeah,
and she will, it will.
Right, what I'm saying is you don't have to do it because that should be visible right here. Because as soon as you save it, it takes you to that page, that list is going to get displayed,
Yes.
and it should already be seen there.
But we don't know where in the list of the.
Yeah,
cartridge companies,
it's
so
not clearly defined in
There's
that.
going to be like 1,000 of the like list
Okay.
of cartridge companies, it might be
Right.
somewhere in the end of the list and you will be.
Okay.
That's why she has it. I think it's fine.
Just
Yeah.
because we say like there is an existing database already without
Okay.
like X numbers are going to be in there, so we're filtering now just to make sure that we're going to.
Okay.
Correct record.
I see.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I think it is fine. Looks like that's. she has
So can
covered
we
out,
flip
which is
it
okay.
to that, is the screen has an active, inactive flag right there visible? I'm trying to remember the screen.
Yes, it's got
Right.
separate column that.
It has a separate column, right?
Yes and no.
Is it down?
Yep.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Okay, yeah, I think a few minor changes, expected results just needs to be clear, I think, but otherwise logically it's there.
Yeah.
Plus the test data is there as well.
Yeah.
From there, so. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is, yeah, go ahead and explain, yep.
Which is 6.7 module.
It's the function.
What's the page number?
Just so we can.
Oh, this is cartridge inventory, right?
It's a 22. I think, right?
Yeah,
22.
yeah, page 20.
Okay. So there is a from start at the bottom here, right? So this is what you are testing.
So, the function, the functionality here is, we click on start button. And it lets the user to save the previous entered data. And then clears all the information from the page.
Okay.
Where the user can enter all the information.
All right. So from start, yep, okay,
From start.
that's fine.
So. And
So go back to the preconditions, see what preconditions you have.
precondition, because I'm choosing the customer ABC Corporation, it should be and the shipment number SH1234.
Okay,
So these should be existing shipments,
all right,
and then it's being received, a shipment from this customer is being received
okay,
and inputted through in receiving module. Receiving functionality.
okay. Shipment, so shipment is there, okay.
Yeah.
What's the precondition number 2?
The formula, I wrote the formula for checking if a cartridge is out of compliance. If the cartridge weight is greater than that formula, empty weight plus percentage times the empty weight. So here in this example, for the cartridge that I'm going to select, the empty weight is 40
Okay,
and full weight is 80%, of compliance is 5%. So it would be 42. If it's 40, if the cartridge weight is more than 42 grams, so then
it will be warranty eligible.
warranty eligible as it's
Okay.
it's out of compliance.
Now you are testing the from start button, right?
That's
So,
not button.
and you are using the warranty eligible cartridge as a process for processing
Yeah.
the from start.
Yeah.
Then you should just clearly identify, otherwise you will not need the formula here. If you are not using warranty eligible item, right? If the items are not warranty eligible, I mean, doesn't really matter. But go ahead, let's see what else you have.
So, and the other condition is like, I don't have the scale attached to the computer. So user manually puts, weighs, measures the weight and then inputs in the weight field.
Okay. I mean, it's not really precondition, right? It's part of the step. You can say it's a manual, you will input
I can
manually.
put it
Yeah,
in, okay.
it's not really a precondition, right?
So to start with, I want to make sure there is nothing in the screen. What I'm going to input something and then see the functionality of from start button. Because as it's going to clear the screen, so I need to see that. So first I reset the button, it clears the screen.
Okay, so when you go first time, right, it's empty screen anyway. So if you're following the steps, opening up, logging in as somebody, it will be empty.
Empty screen.
So you will not need this number 3. I mean, it's kind of like a.
So I'm assuming the scenario,
Redaction.
somebody used the computer and then.
No, you are QA, you are QA, so you have to follow,
Log in.
Yeah.
you have to log in, press,
Okay.
right? Every time you're gonna log in, press and
So I can
what.
take it.
Yeah, you have to take it out, okay? Because it's a redundant, not needed.
So, from button. From field, there is a lookup, customer lookup field. I'm going to select the customer ABC Corporation
Okay,
from touch screen.
can you expand that, this thing fully, or it's fully?
It is already
expanded?
fully
Oh, it is
expanded.
expanded, okay, then maybe scroll down, yep.
There are 3 dots after the from field.
Okay. So this is something similar you guys had it like yesterday, right? So you copied from there, looks like all the steps,
Oh, they're not principles, I mean.
Right, I mean,
the
for-
logic is the same, yeah.
for picking out the thing. So I want you to scroll down, see
Yeah.
what happens basically, because these steps are kind of like a redundant, right? You are,
all the way
it's
to.
not about data here. You are just picking out the
There it
data.
is.
Okay, now stay here,
You're 17. Let's walk through 17 onwards.
17 onwards, yep. Okay,
So, we enter the weight 75 grams into the weight field. So expected result. The weight box will turn red. And it's out of compliance.
okay,
The warranty label is automatic, system generated warranty label will display on the screen.
Mhm.
And I can print the label.
Now here is the one thing. Are you really testing the print functionality? You are not, you don't really need those steps. Okay, because this 18 number, if you are testing the print functionality, you can add that step. But if you are just doing the from start, right? So these steps are unnecessary. Some of these steps are, you don't really need. You can take the happy path, click on from start. And see if you are able to. Save it and move on.
Just because they don't need real validation.
Yeah, because it doesn't really add value, right? Whether you can print it or not, it's a separate functionality, you have separate test case. For that. Right?
Yeah,
The
so you don't
reason
need
I
18 or
added
19.
that-
So 18 and 19, I think you both don't need.
The reason I added that because from button has a functionality of saving the
Mhm.
data. So I want to say whatever I inputted in that
Sure.
screen. And then go back, go to warranty functionality, check. So those are the steps that I mentioned
right.
below.
I think those steps are fine. What we're saying is that step 18 and 19,
Mhm.
which printing it, that has nothing to do with the saving
So
functionality,
we
doesn't
can
do
take
that.
it out.
So
Yeah, you can just
take
take it out. Because you're gonna go to the next module and you're gonna see it, hey, warranty ID is there or not, right? I mean,
Yeah,
so you don't have to update right now, but let's finish what we have.
okay, scroll up to
And
20.
then, so I'll take all the print.
Yes, 20,
Yeah.
19, 20.
Shipment is, then I'm going to hit shipment is complete.
Okay.
So shipment is complete is going to, because I have the shipment one cartridge only, I'm done with my shipment. So clicking on the shipment, I don't need to mention it, but I just want to. put that
Again,
there.
redundant step, test what are you focused on, what you are testing, are you testing shipment complete functionality? If it's not needed for from start, then don't do
Yeah.
extra things.
The reason I'm saying, because I need to test the functionality of from button.
Uh-huh.
So I don't have anything on the screen to check whether it's saving the previous data.
But as soon as you say shipment complete, your
then I
information
will
is gone.
Button, right? So that's why I'm just,
No, if you click on shipment complete, the data is saved and everything is done.
Everything is gone.
So you will not be able to test whether the from start is working properly or not. So you have to take out that step.
If you, as soon as you click on it, right, shipment complete, it's, everything is gone. If you really, right, this part, if you click on here, that means it's gonna wipe out the data and it will give you fresh start. So that piece is not needed.
okay.
You don't have to click extra things.
Actually, it will not allow you to test them of functionality.
Yes,
of the
that's
thing
what
itself.
Yep.
So you should take it out.
Yep.
So click on from start is going to save the entered cartridge information and the customer information.
Yep.
It's clear.
So the customer that we saved is ABC, that's what we entered. And the shipment number 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to go check if that's available. So the check that I'm doing is with the warranty button.
Mhm.
Go to, it's not button, it's a
Warranty page.
tab. It's the tab on the screen,
Menu.
warranty tab.
Yep, warranty
So,
manual.
go to warranty page and then whatever warranty number the screen has generated, I'm going to take that and check. So the warranty number associated with the shipment.
Right, so you have that warranty number.
Yeah.
Yep. Now, one comment I have is, you have hard coded the number, right? When you run this again, you will not have the same one.
Yes. I
So,
did not put that number there, it's the blank.
no, it says,
That's
that's
the
it, 1, 2, 3.
shipment, associated shipment number.
Oh, this is associated shipment number.
Warranty number, I did not, so.
Okay, gotcha. So this is a shipment number. Okay, so then it's fine because you are verifying the warranty ID. I think then it would be okay.
Yeah, you have to capture that from the previous step when it generates, note that, and that's what you need to verify here.
Right.
So
So you want to clearly say that basically in the expected result.
warranty ID from step XY number is displayed here.
I want
Yes.
to add on, now I go back to the previous condition, like the pre-condition. I only have one cartridge, that's why I chose that button shipment complete. In
Then-
that box, that in the pre-condition I mentioned,
It should not matter whether there is only one cartridge or multiple, right? Shipment complete button.
because if I don't hit on shipment complete, it's not going to mark it as inactive. Somebody else can go again re-enter it.
Okay,
That's what
when you're doing a testing, assume that you are doing it in isolated environment, you are creating, and nobody else is touching that data.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to wear a user's hat, right? I mean, how the user will perform the activities and work, and you can take on any role as a QA.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Okay, so some corrections needed over there, but I think otherwise logically is there, right? Fix few things. Yep, go ahead, Mika.
It's my case, so, this is a section 621. Where the user is adding, credentials. Can
Okay, can you give me the page number?
It is page 93.
Okay. And what's your scenario here, Mika?
The admin functionality, ability.
Delete.
Delete.
The existing entry from the cartridge.
Okay.
So, the first precondition for the state order that they use the public credentials to enter the role is the system.
Okay.
Functionality. Second condition will be that the system has existing functionality to safeguard the list into a single database. And the third will be that the list of manufacturers and the associated models and it's defined in the system. It does not really say in the whole requirement document that who enters those manufacturers. So we will say that it has to be there. So the person who's using this functionality has an access to this list.
Okay, so precondition number 2 and 3. Existing for us to save cartridges into single database. I mean, it's not really precondition, right?
It's a system.
It's a system, so you expect that that you have it,
It has to be there in the,
but it's not a precondition. It's a functionality.
okay.
You expect it to
We'll take a
always be
skip
there.
it.
Yeah, data is the one that you specify something exists or
Uh-huh.
not, but not the functionality.
Okay,
Okay,
so, so the first step will be,
Hang
the
on,
cartridge
what-
step.
one more
One
thing.
more thing, the precondition 3, right, when you say list of manufacturer and associated models, it's defined. You have to explicitly say which manufacturer and which model you're expected that in the system.
Well,
It's a data, right?
it is the data, but that's what I'm saying, the requirements do not have it, and it does not define who saves the manufacturers into. the
Well,
system.
as a QA, you are responsible for creating test data.
Yeah, but it does not has the functionality where it has the separate page like in the requirements. For saving the manufacturers, it has everything connected to the cartridge itself, but it does not have a specific like. The functionality just described for the manufacturers and the models.
That's what, go back to the screen, Herschel, for a moment.
Yeah,
It's in there, right? Manufacturer, you're defining it there.
It's a
you're
drop
defining-
down list. You cannot enter it manually.
No,
I
that's,
know, but you still need to have a test data, and you can just say that manufacturer HP exists in the system.
Yeah.
It's
Just say it exists and
right, that's what you need to-
just say like period as a
Yeah.
statement that it
Yeah.
exists.
if it's
Okay.
not there, then somebody who asks the developer, hey, please go and add
Someone has to
manufacturer,
right,
make
yeah.
it available there,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
so I mean, pretty much
Yeah.
like what.
So isn't the manufacturer-
There.
pulls it based on the things that you added, and you can still create a new one.
Right, that's correct.
That's what it is, right?
Yeah.
So it's
See, it says it's
a blank possible value, so if it's a blank, you can enter it.
Yeah, any manufacturer defined within the system.
Right.
There's so it needs to be a predefined list.
Manually.
Yeah. Yep.
Right, so in the drop down, you have a blank at the top. And then everything else is defined in the system.
Yeah.
If you select the blank, you can type in whatever you want.
Yeah, that it's not described there.
Yeah.
So I usually say like it has to be defined in the
Okay,
system.
so then I would just list it out, which manufacturer you want expected to.
Just to
define.
clarify the
Right.
data that was there.
That should be data.
Yeah.
Right.
And then so the first step for this scenario will be opening cartridge doors tab of the system. And the touchscreen will be populated.
Mhm.
And we are pushing the quick add new cartridge button. And it has to pop up the one cartridge detail page.
Okay.
And then we're choosing the HP as the particular.
Yeah, see, here you are using
Yes.
HP, so you have to say this
Define
HP
that
exists.
this-
That's all.
It has to be there.
Yeah.
And then it pops up all the manufacturers show, and it has to display the HB to be associated with this particular cartridge.
Mhm.
And then in the following, we will enter the manufacturing ID number 201. This is an actual existing number
Okay.
for the cartridge, and then it has to be manually entered in there because the field allows to do so. And we put the part number because this particular part cartridge has a
Sure.
part number.
Yep.
And it has to be also displayed as a result. And in the category, we're choosing toner because it's the cartridge that is a toner, it's not ink. And it has to be also displayed. We're choosing the color option because it's an actual cartridge. It has 4 colors in it. And it has to be also displayed on the screen. And then we're putting the check mark as an active. And in the printer model, we'll checking the particular models because this cartridge matches 2 different models of the printer for HP. And we're putting for the empty weight as 220 because I don't know exactly how much it weighs. It's just like, I know exactly how much weighs the full one because I
Right.
could actually find it
Okay,
in the description. But taking into account that the cartridge itself, like, it's very large plastic container, so I assumed it will be something close to
Sure.
half of the weight. Because toner is just a powder and it's a
Okay.
very lightweight component. And we assume that 20% is going to be out of compliance percentage, and it has to be also displayed on the field. And we put, I click the add new button, add new image button
Okay.
to create the popular, like, the associated picture with this particular cartridge. And we click the save button to record this entry into the system. And it takes automatically you back to the cartridge list page as a
Okay.
result. And you can use a filter field to see like if this particular cartridge was populated using the filter phrase 201.
okay,
And then
you can find all the new, or you have to find this
Same
particular
cartridge,
newly
yep.
entered, new entry for this particular cartridge, and if it's shown on the screen.
Okay.
And we have to go back to this newly entered cartridge and hit edit button on the screen and see, and click the delete button on the popular
Okay.
list, and it has to take you back to the cartridge list. And then we can again do the same with the
Search.
filtering and search, and it should not be displayed in the list.
Yep.
It was going to be populated in the post condition that they entered was actually deleted.
Gotcha. I think it's logically sounds correct. I mean, what you have is perfectly there. I mean, I don't see any issues. Other than whatever we discussed earlier, some clarification.
Yeah, you don't need the step 23 that you put it there.
Yeah,
Right.
it was just like to see like if it's going to make, that it's going to make the same action for the second button.
Right.
Because there is like two different buttons on the top and the bottom, and
Mhm.
we're just
Yeah.
checking the functionality of the same button.
Yeah. Okay, well, 4 to 90, so you are running the same test for different button,
Yes.
is that what you are saying?
Yes,
Okay. Yeah, I think that would
That's
be
fine.
fine, you don't have to have a separate test case for that one. So you can repeat the same thing and.
yes, just go.
Yeah.
Second
the
button.
same page,
Yeah.
thing, because it's deleted, so.
Yes,
they can
yes,
re-enter
yeah.
the same thing and then. it's
Okay.
the Second button.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think it is there. I mean, I don't see any other issue, yeah. So, okay. Good job, I think, all the team members.
Let's go to the next one.
All right, let's go to the next team. Wants to, your team, you guys are ready to present? Okay, let's do that. Yep, go ahead and share that. All right, so what's the page number for this one?
139. 139.
139, right? Okay. Drum problems, defect categories. Okay.
And I'm guessing for.
Didn't we review something similar yesterday for the same one, or this is different?
This is for the business rule RO2.
Okay. So let me
It's
see
very much
the
similar, so
business rule RO2. Oh, word net, so, okay, so. When a defect is displayed in the category list and does not have a parent associated with it, the word none is displayed in the parent column. So what you are saying here,
That one.
parent none
none.
is displayed here, okay? All right,
So in the browser, navigate to URL and click enter and
Yep.
the home page is displayed. Log in with the user having access to admin functionality tag and the user has logged into the system. Click on admin tab and choose defect categories list from the pop-up submenu and defect categories list page is open. Click on add new category and defect categories details page is open.
Okay.
Is displayed. And click on the name field with the following data name as drum problems and parent leave it blank without selecting anything. And click on save. And defect categories list page is displayed. Drum problems should be displayed with parent as none in the categories list.
Many more. I don't understand. So they could be just scale.
Just scale.
Because
Oh.
say this is one word.
okay. Just make it zoom a little bit. This is the one, yep, there you go. And you have to zoom in as well, little bit. Okay, yep, got better.
I was on the fifth step.
Yep. So you added the category and you click on name field.
And parent is blank, and defect categories list page is displayed. Drum problem should be displayed with parent as none in the categories list.
So defect, so information is saved, right? Then defect category list is.
Displayed.
Okay, user is navigated to the, so you are not searching, again and showing that.
She's assuming it's.
She's assuming it's there.
You can add another step, just like what you had in the other one, then you can add it.
For
As a
searching.
search through the filter phrase and make sure that is displayed and then
Right.
it's validated. So
Yeah, it's not gonna automatically display. Okay, so.
it'll do that, but only thing it may not be at the
Yeah.
top.
Yeah, may not be at the top and those things, so you might have to filter it down. Okay.
That's good.
Yeah, I don't see any issue. Yep. Okay,
All right, next
Alright.
person.
who is sharing Madhvi?
Yes.
Okay,
So selecting the defect button updates the currently selected problem list with the selected information. So the precondition is a valid user with access to warranty and active functionalities exists in the system.
Madhvi, if you can give me the page number.
I think it's 30.
This is the one, okay, got you, 39,
No.
right,
That's-
39.
Yeah, this is.
So here, you are testing this functionality here.
Yeah. Once
All of
somebody
this,
presses the button.
The defect will update the currently selected problem.
Okay, all right. So I just want to make sure. Yep.
So type the URL in the browser and click enter, the home page is displayed.
Okay,
Type in the user ID and password and click login, and then the user is successfully logged into the system. Click on the admin menu and then click on the defect category list tab. The defect category list page is displayed. So click on add new category, defect category details page is displayed. So what I've actually gone ahead and done is created a few new categories.
okay, why would you create new categories? Well, I understand. I think we talked earlier, you don't have to create
Every single.
every time when you run it, right? This type of test. Because dependency wise, it's not really dependent. There
Okay,
is no dynamic information, like warranty ID is generated dynamically, so you probably want to create it. But this type of information, you can create once or assume, put it in precondition. That
Okay.
certain categories and
Yeah.
defects already exist.
Think around repeatability, right? Once you run it, it's already there. Next time you run it, it's not gonna.
So you have to, otherwise it will create again. Somebody else is running it, right? They have to go through all the creation steps again. It will create a lot of duplicates in the
Okay.
system.
so then this will be one of the preconditions.
Yeah, this one I would suggest you put it in the precondition.
Yeah, that as well as the number 8,
Yeah,
right?
Okay.
So both of that
Yes.
will be there.
So, then I go to click on the inventory tab and then click on cartridge inventory tab. The cartridge inventory page opens.
okay, again here, now go back to the screen here, right? So you're gonna pick the warranty ID or you're gonna create the
She's
warranty
creating a
ID.
warranty ID,
I
so
know.
it becomes a-
What I'm saying is there a dependency on this functionality with the warranty
I think
ID?
that's what.
That's
So
what
you
we asked.
can talk.
You can talk,
Yeah.
okay, I would think it differently. If there is no dependency here, then you probably don't need to go and create the warranty ID. You can simply test this functionality and see if it's populating that is
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah, but we discussed how. He told that we can ask to BA or a.
Yes, that's good.
Whether it's
Yep,
required.
yep, required or not, right? There is no dependency, but I'm clarifying, there is no dependency.
Because I think that's the only reason why I added this
Okay.
additional steps in, and I didn't get time to actually write down all the details for creating. a new
If you
warranty
have
ID.
it, that's okay, but what I'm saying is there is no dependency, so you can test that piece separately.
So I just said create a new warranty ID by filling in all the valid fields and
Yep.
the warranty ID is
That's right.
created.
Yep.
So click on the warranty tab, the warranty sub menu pops up. Click on the warranty information
Yep.
tab and the warranty information page opens up and we can see the category list populated with the parent information.
Okay,
Select the created warranty ID from the lookup field. The warranty ID is selected.
okay, we'll click on warranty info. Okay, so you are on the
Yeah,
warranty
because
information
we-
page.
yeah,
Yep,
you
yep,
can see.
gotcha. Okay,
And then you click on drum problems button in the category list.
Yep.
The button changes color and the drum bad is displayed in the defect list. But motor bad is not.
okay,
And then a click on drum bad in the defect list. The button changes color and the currently selected problem field displays both drum problems and drum bad.
okay, so here. Okay,
Yeah, I think
Alright.
that's all because
That
I
is
didn't do deselecting, I just did.
so here,
Display.
This is what it
Yeah,
is.
that's based on whatever you select.
what did you say about the deselecting?
No, I didn't write about these.
No, you don't have to, you don't have to mix it here, because all you are saying is happy path. I want to see the currently selected problem, that's all.
So for a deselecting, it would be a different.
Different test case. It would be a different test case, yes, that's correct. You don't want to mix and match here, yep. Yeah, I mean, logically it is there, right? You have some extra steps, I mean, which you can clarify and get rid of those steps, but otherwise, should be fine. Okay. Anybody else has any question on that one? Okay. Right. All right, the fonts,
Control plus.
even I can read it.
Three dots at the top,
On top.
so one more up, there you go. Zoom in to,
Yeah, go to the 200% maybe, I think. for you.
It's 200%.
Yeah, it's
I thought it was 100.
Zoom is
Just
100, yeah. So.
Not sure why it's not clear.
Yeah.
no,
Go down. Go down.
there you go, that's good enough, that's good.
Yeah.
You have increased a little more, one more,
One more, plus,
that's it.
there you go.
All right,
So parts recovery should submit and move from warranty. item.
okay, so what does it mean, parts recovery? So you are testing the parts recovery here,
Yeah,
okay? And
that should be removed from the warranty ID.
The list,
Yeah.
From the
But don't
list,
have
okay.
shipping yet,
so as soon as you go through process, click on parts recovery, it should remove
Remove.
the warranty ID. And what is the second thing that you need to verify?
Whether I need to go to the shipping and then I need to see whether the warranty ID is removed from the shipping.
It will never
It
go
will
to the
not
shipping,
go
right?
on
That's not
the-
expected
not very
to go to the
explicit.
shipping, right?
It will not
display
display in this,
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
just to verify.
Yeah, okay. All right. Okay, flip back.
The precondition is I'm defining that there is an admin user and a valid exists already he's already in the system. So I'm doing the category, I'm assuming that the category list is displayed,
Okay,
then. The category is the drum problem and drum bad.
just one question. When you say valid data exists in the system already, what valid data are you talking?
The warranty, that
I would
defects.
explicitly identify those
the
data.
defects, yeah.
Yeah, because at this stage, I don't know what data is. If I give it to Shubhangi to test it, she doesn't know what valid data you meant. So I'll list it out those specifically.
are you saying the warranty ID exists?
No, not warranty ID. I'm creating a warranty ID. I'm saying the defects, whatever the defects.
Okay, then just say defect, following valid data, following
Right.
data exists in the system. And just say
Down
category
I
defects,
have
and what
exists.
defect and category?
Yeah, I have mentioned down.
Yep, no problem. and
Yeah, and drum bad.
Okay,
So we are going to typing the URL and then going to the, click on the inventory tab and click into the
Alright.
inventory page.
all right, so you have creation portion, so you skip down to the So you are creating that here,
Warranty ID, yeah.
okay?
So then I'm going to the warranty tab and the warranty ID will be, I'm going to the three fields, I'm going, selecting the warranty ID as 1, 2, 3.
Scroll it to page 5, step 5, please.
Scroll up, yep, a little bit.
Okay,
So
I'm
she has
creating
what
she's
she's
saying
saying.
that ID there, and that's what.
So I would just a general comment, right, for anybody who is creating it, just put a step here to capture the warranty ID that is generated,
Okay,
okay, instead of hard coding the warranty ID. Because you don't know what a warranty ID will be generated,
okay,
so.
yes,
you just-
warranty ID is created.
Yeah, warranty ID is created and
XYZ is
captured,
created, and then
Okay.
capture, and then say it's on step 7, you just say, like it's select the warranty ID that was generated in step
Step
5.
Okay,
So that way there's a relationship.
okay.
okay,
So I'm selecting the defect category, the list, whatever I mentioned in the precondition.
okay,
So the defect category is changing, it changes the color. So I'm clicking to the parts to recovery. It successfully submitted the information and then with the submit the information with the cartridge and indicator sets the paths to recovery. The information should be clear and the cursor should move to the warranty ID lookup field.
okay, now how are you gonna validate the successfully submitted
Yeah,
information with the status?
So I'm going to the warranty ID, I'm going to the warranty ID and I will see that the warranty ID should be removed or not. From the
So
lookup
It's
field.
no longer visible, that's what you.
Yeah, no longer display.
So this is both thing, right? So you verify that verify that warranty ID is removed from the ID.
Yeah,
What I'm asking is, how would you verify successfully submitted with the cartridge status indicator status to?
so if I go
Parts
to,
accounting? How you plan to validate that?
they didn't mention anything,
I know, but how you would validate?
that's what I'm going to the warranty ID and then another day I have to check it, right?
But that doesn't, because it
It's because disappeared.
doesn't mean that it's successful.
We have to talk to the. I don't know where it is saved, it doesn't mention in the,
I know, but how would you validate it? I mean, it says dump somewhere, right? You have to
Yeah.
verify somewhere. So you have to write a SQL
SQL
at this
statement.
point.
okay,
Okay, this is where your SQL skill comes into play. Because it is not, information is not visible. Once a part recovery is only in database, so you have to go query the database and look into the table at that
So
point.
we can just mention that query.
Verify in the database that there is to the part recovery.
for the database. Then I'm going to warranty ID and I'm checking the warranty ID is displayed or not. Removed from the list.
Shipping tab, I mean, I don't think this tab is there because it will
The
never. be a
step 12
shipping
is
tab.
not needed,
Yeah.
step 11 is good enough.
Okay.
Tab, you stop right here. This is extra
And
step.
as long as we mention the query.
Yeah, this is
equals
very
query
validated and you're good. Yep. Yeah, this tab is not needed.
Okay.
It's not valid, actually.
No, I will share yours.
Just I need to change the, just go to the SQL queries or.
Yeah, just validate that in the database that is set to particle. Now, whatever it is, you can talk to developer and see what they are setting in the back and you just validate it in the part.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's good or,
Very good.
so I'm doing filter for its fills. It's entered with partial category name. It's on the page 138 on the module.
Okay. Filter phrase is entered with partial category name, so I'm gonna. What is the page number?
138,
138.
so that filter for its fill.
Oh, okay, filter phrase, okay.
Okay.
I'm glad somebody did the filter phrase. Okay, so let me just come here.
It's one of them.
Display, okay, so it's a simple one,
Yeah,
hopefully.
it's not
All
a,
right, that's fine. Let's see what you have.
okay, precondition is that username with the admin functionality exists in the system and Also the defect category name and parent category exist in the system. I think I have to mention the.
The specific data.
Yeah, specific data.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
So first, type in the URL, application, and click enter, and homepage is displayed. Then log in as a username and password as the admin functionality. So user is successfully logged into the system. Click on admin tab and select. Click on admin tab and select.
Scroll down. Okay,
Click on admin tab and select defect category list under the sub pop-up menu. And then sub menu with defect category list page is displayed.
okay,
And on the filter for its field, type in the DR because
Okay.
DR is just a partial name and click on filter button. So on the list field with the name column, you should see the DR appear in the list.
okay, okay. If I'm here. So if
Yeah.
I type in DR
Yeah.
here, you are expecting DR. Is displayed
In the name.
Yeah,
In
in
the
the name, in the name only.
in the name, DR is displayed.
Yeah,
Drum.
whatever stuff that has a DR, whatever field that has a DR should display.
So how many you are expecting to be displayed over there? And what if it's if there is nothing displayed over there? Nothing,
So then. it
are you
doesn't-
expecting, how many are there in the system? Is there in a precondition?
That's why I have to mention which one, how many.
You want to specify that there is only one
One
exit
exists.
and the one is displayed matching basically.
Yeah.
Okay,
with the
but do I need to
criteria.
mention only the name column or the parent column also will appear?
List the requirements. Look
It
at
says
that
filter for is with the category name, it's like.
category name only,
Yeah.
right? So if it's category name only, that's what you want to see. It is only
Okay,
on
so
the
it will-
category name,
Only the category name, okay,
right,
Because you are searching on category name only.
right.
okay,
So that's what you need to be done. Because the second, the parent information is irrelevant here.
okay,
Everything that is displayed should have a DR in the
in
name.
the name field, okay.
Okay, so your
And
test
that's what
data
you
needs to
pointed
be
out.
there.
I
You
just
can
need
say
to,
it's
yeah,
there are 3 or 4, how many you're expecting. Make sure that that is getting displayed.
Right, I mean, logically is there, but you need to add the data.
so
It is.
we have-
Without that-
we
without that-
mentioned that at the
Yes.
beginning that I have to add the
Yep.
data.
All right. Okay, you guys, see, or wants to present, anybody from online, Roger? Wants to go first, or then feel free to do that. Or whoever from your team, okay?
You can start.
You are doing, Anjali, go ahead.
Okay.
Tell the page number as well, which functionality.
I do have on my screen, so you don't need it. I'll
Oh.
just a second.
All right,
Uh, Can you see it?
Yep.
Okay, so just a second. Okay, I have tested the 6.25 bottom save button. This one. When
Okay.
data is provided in all the fields and user clicks on save button.
okay,
So for that, my precondition is convention type is available in the system. This one, it should be in the system. That's my precondition. The first step is open the browser and type URL. LaserShare system homepage is displayed. Log in as a user with the valid credential who has access to admin codes and parameter list page and click enter. You are successful login into the system. Now you are on the screen. You have
okay,
to click on admin. So admin page will be open and click on add new value button. You have to click on this one. So once you click on this button, it will navigate the user to the admin codes and parameter detail page, and it will open up this page.
okay.
So next step is fill up all this information. And so and click on save.
Okay, so we'll go back to your title. I want to see your title. What do you have?
When data is provided in all the fields And
Yes.
user-
So it's the save button, so you need to explicitly say that here, that you are
Able to
creating
create
a new cartridge, codes and parameter list. Basically, right? So that's your scenario. Because the same thing is available in edit as well.
Yes,
Save button. Okay, so you talk about the business functionality side, not just button clicks, right? Save functionality or something.
mhm,
What you are testing, you need to put in the title.
creating a new code and parameter detail of conversation type.
okay,
You are able to create a new, basically, codes and parameters list item.
Yeah.
Okay,
yes,
that's the scenario.
okay. Then on WhatsApp, you just click on save button. Once you click on that, it will take you back on this page.
Okay.
And for seeing that your data is saved or not, you have to click on conventional type. Sorry, you have to type drop down list and select the conventional type. It and click on filter, so it will display here with the along with the other datas.
Yeah.
And my post condition is new value is successfully saved in the system or created.
Created, yep, not saved, yep, a new codes and parameter. Item is created basically in the system.
Yeah.
So a couple of things, right? You need to correct, I think, title, I think, needs to reflect what scenario you are testing.
So
Not
if
just-
I put like I'm creating a new add a new value, then do I need to do the save checking back and come that hey it's created or not?
Yeah,
You need to. You
The
need to.
steps you have it, you already have those steps.
Yes.
Yep.
So you're good.
Yeah, because you want to validate that it's created properly. Yep.
Okay, just so that I just need to change my title.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's correct.
Okay, other than it's good.
Yes, yes, otherwise logically it says this there. Yep.
Okay. Okay, shall I stop sharing or?
Yeah, you go to stop sharing. Let's,
I'll share mine.
okay, Roger, go ahead.
So mine is another simple one.
All right. What scenario you are testing and what's the page number, Roger?
Yeah, so when a user selects vendor one from the list and vendor one is displayed in the field box.
Okay, so this is the receiving page, right? So
The
you want to
receiving page, yes, it's the receiving page.
for the receiving pay functionality, right?
Yes. So I said the precondition that active vendor one existed in the system.
Okay.
And then step one, you enter the URL for the laser saver. And then of course, the expected results is the login page would be displayed.
All right.
And then enter valid user ID and password with, let me see, valid user password with user has for the user who has access to receiving page. I need to reword this.
Okay.
And then a user successfully login into home page. And then step 3, you select a receiving page module. And then receiving page module should be displayed. And then you click on a lookup button for the vendor customer lookup field. Vendor one is displayed along with other active vendors or customers in the list.
Okay.
Then 5, I select the vendor one from the lookup field list. Vendor one customer displayed in the field box, which is labeled as vendor one customer.
Okay. Yeah, logically, I think it's correct, Roger. Yep. Obviously, you need to put it, use the proper template.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
That one, but otherwise, yeah, I mean, logically, it's correct. Yep. All right. Okay, great. Who else is doing? Okay.
Yeah.
I just took a picture of hers, how is here.
Okay. All right.
So I did from receiving page, click on the lookup button to open the vendor lookup list.
Okay.
Yeah, open the browser and type URL.
Okay,
Can't read.
Yeah.
clicking on lookup button should open the, so you have the same one? You have the same one?
She didn't select the vendor, she just click on the three dots and the list should open, that's it.
Okay,
But she's just checking the previous functionality, the three dots.
yeah,
Shows up the list.
yes.
okay, so I mean, that one, it's like a one step, you should have one step less, right? But otherwise it should be same as Roger, what Roger had, right?
Okay.
Okay, so as long as you have those steps, I think you should be good, right? I mean, that's what it looks like you have
Do I
it,
need
basically.
precondition for that?
Well, you do need
Well, you need a
precondition.
precondition, like it's when I click it, what should be displayed, right? So you should just say, here are the, how many am I expecting? I'm expecting one customer, 5 customer, 10 customer.
Or a specific customer,
Okay,
then it needs to be there, right? All the active ones, I mean, Roger had specifically
Yeah.
active ones,
okay.
you want to see that. Okay? All right,
Yeah, I share my.
yes, you go ahead, share yours.
There you go. This is-
Yep. So.
So home history
the
page,
historical.
so it's about the history page. Home history page should display historically archived news articles from newest to oldest.
So this is what you are testing,
Yeah,
this is the functionality, right? So,
so it should display from newest to oldest when
Okay.
the dates are different.
all right,
Scenario is that when the dates are different.
all right,
So. Open the browser and type ledger saver URL, click enter, ledger saver homepage is displayed in the browser. With the valid credentials, log in as active user who has access to admin page. User successfully logged into the system and homepage is displayed.
okay,
Click on admin tab and then on homepage news list tab. Homepage news list page will open. Click on add new item, homepage news detail page is displayed in the system. Enter following data, title ABCD text and click on historical archive checkbox, then click on save button.
okay, so historical archive,
Yeah,
so
132,
132.
132.
Let me just go there so that we can
Yeah,
put
so
some
we came
context.
onto this page first and then click on add new button and then here we are doing that.
So you are not checking active, but you are checking historical archive, okay?
So historical archive news ABCD is saved in the system with today's date.
Okay.
Because it's not talking about the time, it's just talking about the date. So I
Yes.
created the 2 historical archive news on the 2 different dates.
All right,
Yeah, so first one is saved for the today's date, it is 3/18 or something like. Then homepage news item page will open in the system.
sure.
Then on the next day, is it correct that way?
You can put like a different,
There is no date field.
yeah,
That's what-
date
Yeah.
field. Just, but timing wise, right? So it will store it, so it should sort it by, if, because system will by default generally, they will
Yeah.
store the timer.
But requirement is talking about only the date. There is
I know.
No, it's, so the way the system works in most of them,
Mhm.
right, irrespective of it, even though you are saying only date, it
Mhm.
captures the time
Time.
also. So
Time
when
stamp.
it sorts it, even though it will show both, but it will show based on which one was entered first and which one was entered last.
No, but
Generally,
on
it will save the seconds.
Take to create another.
So on the
right?
same date only we can create 2 and
yes.
it will automatically catch the timer.
Both will show 318,
Uh,
but the one that you entered recently will be at the top and the one at the bottom.
It will have a timestamp including like milliseconds.
Okay,
Yes.
so another scenario for this test case I did for the same date also, so it's not even required, right? In that case. The another, here, the scenario was for the different dates. And
Yeah.
another
You
scenario,
just need it.
yeah, it's
you
not,
just need it.
if it's calculating the time.
Yeah.
Yep, it will have the time automatically,
Yeah.
so you just create 2 and you're expecting to see sorted.
Yeah.
Okay, so the another one is created, the PQRS
Yep.
in the same way.
Okay,
Then click on the home page tab and then history button. History, home history page is displayed in the system. User can view both ABCD and PQRS historical archive news items in the list, along with previously available news in the system.
okay.
Between the 2 articles created, first displayed item is ABCD and then the
No, it should be
PQRS.
the other way
The other
around.
one. That's
It should be the other way around, which is the most recent you created.
Yeah,
is
the
PQRS.
PQRS, yeah.
Yep,
Otherwise, it's okay, you just need to flip those
Yes.
two.
right.
Mhm.
But I mean, logically is there, I think you can,
Yeah.
I mean, this is how you can test it, I
Yeah.
guess, or the QA will do anyway.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
That's it.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's okay.
all
I
right,
think that covers everybody.
yeah, So as you guys can see, right, I mean, you have. This project is a lot bigger than right? There are so many modules, so many things you can test it. You only spend like 3 days, but we had like what, 14 QAs ideally working on this project, and they were able to test it out, a lot of different modules. But you guys only created like a 4 or 5 test cases, right? So it takes even 14 QAs, it will take you probably 3 months to test out this thing end to end. If you are writing your test cases and working through that, right? So I would continue, I would suggest you guys continue working on this laser saver. And just do the peer review, right? I mean, basically work, if you want to continue working within your team, maybe over next 2 to 3 weeks, do that. Okay, if you need us to review, certainly send us, basically, you can always share a link and send to us, and we can review it for you as well at the same time. So Dilip, you want to add anything for the project?
No, I would just say it's practice, practice, practice. That's the only thing. Right? The more you practice it, the more it will become a second nature. That's where it's going to be more useful.
I think I feel a lot comfortable with you guys. We have seen in the past, a lot of people struggle. But you guys are, I think we can see clearly everybody produce a good quality work. Okay, as a beginner QA, we can see your thought process has improved a lot. And I'm hoping you guys can see it from yourself. How far you guys
came to today.
How far you guys have come, right? From that perspective. But keep working on it, on the project. I mean, you have 2 projects in your belt. One is Airflow, this one. Now, hopefully, if you reviewed, I mean, while you guys were, somebody else was presenting, right? And you were going through and understanding it, then you can easily talk about those other modules, even though you may not have produced anything. Right, but you understood the overall picture.
Yeah.
And these are some of the things that will come up in the interview, which you need to be able to explain. How did you came up with the test cases? What process you followed? How did you review the requirements? What feedback you gave, and how did you analyze the requirements from testing standpoint or QA standpoint? This is I think the same process you will apply over and over, no matter what project you will work on. Okay. It's exactly same. There is no changes. Yeah. With that said, I think Dilip, we can jump into the other topics.
Yep.
Okay. So let's maybe take like a 5 minutes break.
5 minutes break, and you might want to pause the recording.
Yeah.